The 3 biggest tips for your trial testimony. Number 1, nonverbal communication is everything. So when you're testifying on the stand, you don't want to talk to the attorney or the defense attorney. You want to take your position, move your chair, and look right at the jurors, one at a time, nice and slow. So if the attorney is looking at you there, you want to look right towards the juries because they are your audience. That's who you're speaking with. Now, what are the biggest mistakes that you could make when you testify? Nonverbal mistakes. Let's talk about that. Hands over your mouth, really bad idea. You don't want to be looking up or looking down. That's a sign that you're lying if you do that. So keep your hands away from your face. Body movements mean everything. Like this, that's a defensive posture. This, you're hiding something because your hand is over your face. Looking up, looking down, you want to maintain constant eye contact with the jurors. Turn your chair physically, look at them, make eye contact with them, and no matter what you do, you want to just keep your composure. So that's tip number 1, nonverbal communication. Tip number 2, and this can be devastating to your case, you never want to argue with opposing counsel. So if the defense attorney gets up and they are giving you a real hard time, they're getting right in your face like this, and they're trying to really get under your goat, and they're being hostile and rude. Take it easy, just chill out. The last thing you want to do is start arguing with the defense attorney. Never good. They're hoping that you lose your composure and you start fighting back. This is their courtroom, not yours. You never want to fight with the opposing counsel because you lose every time, no matter what, no matter how upset they get. And this includes when you're sitting at counsel table during the trial, just listening to the trial. The jury is paying attention to everything you do. If you're smirking, if you're making faces, the jury is paying attention and they will hold that against you. If you come out of the courtroom there and you just go for a cigarette smoke, you know what? The jurors are walking out too. They see you smoking that cigarette and they're thinking that person doesn't care about their health. They will hold that against you. If you're out here outside the courtroom, just laughing up, having a good time, the jurors are passing by you and they're seeing all that. Don't argue with opposing counsel because it's only going to come back to haunt you. The third and most important thing that could absolutely devastate your trial is if you lie. And I mean even small lies. If you get on the witness stand and you nuance the truth, you play with the truth a little bit, and the defense catches you on a lie, their goal is one thing, to catch you in a tiny little lie and then blow it up like it's the worst thing in the world that you've ever done. Now, you and I know that it's just a little lie, but to the jury, they want to sound like this is the worst thing in the world that could possibly done. The goal of the defense attorney is to portray you as a liar, and they're gonna fight like hell to try to make that happen. Now I'm gonna give you a couple of bonus tips for your trial testimony. Number 1, it's always a good idea to bring props, and a prop is a physical object that you could use that could demonstrate your testimony. So for example, if a child is injured and a child brings their little teddy bear to court, or their parent brings the teddy bear, a photograph of the deceased with family members at a sporting event, anything that you can use to show people. If you show them, they'll remember. If you tell them, they probably won't. Second tip, number 2, all your testimony should be in the format of stories. Now, if the goal here is to get the jurors to remember your testimony, tell little 2 to 3 minute quick stories that illustrate the points that you want to make. For example, let's say that the decedent was a wonderful, loving, caring father. Talk about how he would be at the hospital for weeks caring for his son at bedside 24 hours a day because he was such a loving, devoted father. That story, the more we flesh it out, the more details we give it, the more it comes to life and the more the jury is going to remember. Third little tip is rehearse your testimony. There's no such thing as over preparation when it comes to your testimony. Meet with your attorney, see the courtroom, see where you're going to sit, and prepare. And how do you do that? You focus on those little vignettes, those little stories that are going to bring to life the testimony that you want to give. And if you do that and you work hard, then you're going to give yourself the best chance at winning your trial. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, like it, share it, and if you comment on YouTube, I'm going to respond, and thank you so much for watching.